Hello, everyone. Welcome. Y'all listening to the Queen Quemo podcast. And today is March the 7th, 2018. Today, I got a special topic lined up for y'all. I'm going to talk about the myths of college in the black community and financial aid. You know, some of the things that some of us struggle with when we're trying to enroll into college, and how a lot of us go to college because people told us to, not because we wanted to. So I kind of want to talk about that today and share a personal experience with y'all of what happened to me and my little journey since I've been going to college for the last 10 years and ain't got my degree yet. So it's still hope for me. It's still hope for y'all. And I don't want anybody to feel pressured by anything that's going on in the world. However, I do want to make sure I give y'all information, stuff that can help y'all along your journey, no matter what you decide to do in your life. Whether it's opening a business, whether it's rapping, whether it's singing, whether it's writing a book, I want to make sure I'm offering information directly to my people. You know, I want this podcast station to help y'all. Shout outs to y'all. All right. So as I told y'all once before, I'm hosting my first event as a DJ panelist. I'm promoting my podcast. I'm taking music at the door. It's a Midwest Mix and Mingle in Elkhart, Indiana, and it'll be on like 255 East Marion Street. And we just gonna really give Midwest artists, independent Midwest artists, a center where they can connect, promote each other's music, listen to each other's music, and just keep shit connected. You feel me? Because that's what it's all about. It's not about being separated. It's about connecting. And so shout out to King Rob for putting that together. Shout out to all of the DJs that's a part of that. I'm actually pull up my Facebook page so I can give y'all the full specifics of who all is going to be at that event that's coming up. So yeah, that'll be this Sunday, and it is $7 in advance. So if you want to get some tickets from King Rob in advance, you can do that by calling him directly. And I'm going to make sure that I post that I give you guys his information. So hold on, I'm just pulling up my Facebook page. Hold on. I'm pulling my Facebook page up so y'all can see this. So hopefully everybody been having a nice productive work week. Been having a nice productive time trying to get these goals accomplished. You feel me? And I hope these bills ain't kicking y'all in the ass like they kicking me. My bills been like all in my ass. You feel me? Look. That's what the bills been doing to me. You feel me? But yeah, all praise to the Most High though, because I've been getting a lot accomplished. So yes, back to this independent artist Mix and Mingle. It's Sunday, March 11th, 2018. The address is 225 West Marion Street, Elkhart, Indiana. There will be DJs there like DJ Alexar, DJ A-Breeze, DJ Jimmy Jam, DJ Truth, DJ King Rob, myself, Queen Quemo. I'm not a DJ, but my black ass will be in the building, y'all. You feel me? I will be in the building, and I will be taking music from Midwest artists, passing out my cards and flyers for my podcast, and just trying to create a nice environment and a nice opportunity for them as well as myself, So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, getting us all together. There'll be some artists performing like Ricky Allens, Sherman Demand, Rex Rogan, UVS, Aja KRS, Stress, Armani, and No Sleep. So these are all artists. Also, there'll be a special guest by the name of Tia Mack. She'll be in the building. She'll be talking about fitness and health and wellness. So y'all make sure y'all check out if you're in the Elkhart, South Bend, or Mishawaka area, or if you close to the area and ain't got shit to do on Sunday, come on out to the Mix and Mingle. It start at 4 p.m. and it is until. So we'll be doing that shit live. And if you want to get tickets in advance, it's $7. You can call King Rob, and that phone number is 574-226-4328. Excuse me. Also, this event will be hosted by Diamonds. Black Queen Diamonds will be hosting the event. So, yes, these events this is not the first or the last one. They will be happening on a continuous basis once a month, giving opportunity for all Midwest artists to mix, mingle, and pass out each other's music. You feel me? Letting us connect. So make sure y'all come to that. So yeah, I also been looking at the news. Let me give y'all a brief little run through of the news. Y'all know how I feel about the goddamn news. It is not for me, not for me per se. It's just I'm not into that. The news just always have nothing but a bunch of fucking bullshit on there, and it's never nothing that I can use or that's appealing to my ears. So let me just take a look and see what all is going on. I had a little news feed that I was using. Let's see. Let me look at this. Sorry, y'all. It's been a long week. I've been grinding out here. Yeah, so let's see. One moment. Damn it. Sorry, y'all know y'all like, bitch, hurry up and get to the news. Damn. You always doing, you ain't never got no order. You can't be professional. I know, damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. I start off professional, but I always got to be myself at the end of the day. So, sometimes I'm a little clatchet. Sometimes I'm a little ratchet. But, I still get the job done. That's all that matters. You feel me? That's all that matters is that I get it done. I get that shit done. You feel me? So, yeah, here we go here. Top news. I'm pulling this shit up from Yahoo, y'all. I just use my Yahoo account because they always give me little news feeds that I don't get nothing about. Of course, I told you I don't give a fuck about Kim Kardashian. So whatever she got going on in the news, we won't entertain here on the Queen Quemo podcast. She doesn't get any attention from me. She shouldn't get any attention from y'all. Anyways, porn star sues Donald Trump over hush money agreement. Stormy Daniels, who reportedly had an affair with Donald Trump, says in her suit that a key element is missing from the agreement, rendering it null and void. So she trying to get her coins all the way up from Donald Trump. Yeah, the president got some slanderous shit going on. But of course, like everything else he does, it'll go unnoticed and it won't stop anything from getting accomplished on his end. So shout out to Donald Trump bitch ass for knowing how to play chess the right way. Because no matter what this punk ass nigga do, they don't ever address it. They don't check it. They don't do nothing. They let him do what he do. Also, let's see what else happened here. There was a suspect charged in the Norman's Oscar theft. I guess someone stole an Oscar award from a party. So let me pull that article up because I thought that was interesting. Apparently, there was a ceremony on Sunday, for the Oscars, and McDormand, along with a much of the Hollywood crowd, they celebrated at the governor's ball, and that event was officially after accepting, the award or whatever. So 3 billboards were sitting outside the Ebbing. Missouri star was accepting well wishes when she noticed that her Oscar had gone missing from the table. So she was sitting at the table. She was doing her run through, saying what's up to everybody. She come back to the table. Her shit gone. Somebody stole the Oscar from her. So what they said happened, Bryant, a social media profile that don't align with someone, some black man supposedly stole the Oscar from her. And I think that was pretty funny. I mean, because it was kind of like, okay, well, the Oscar's been stolen from us, because I told y'all in the previous episode, which I promise y'all, it's like in the universe, my shit just been correlating with what's going on in the world. Basically, the Oscar is a black man, and that's what they passing around. So, black people don't even get an opportunity majority of the time to get a damn Oscar. So I thought that was ironic and funny. But yeah, I guess they have a suspect in mind who they think stole the Oscar. But yeah, y'all could actually get on Google and find more information about that, because I won't spend a whole lot of time letting y'all know what the hell is going on. But just check it out. Somebody done stole the Oscar, y'all. Yeah, so that happened. Also, what happened was Lupita and Meryl Streep and Laura Dern, they had on the best accessories at the goddamn Oscars. So shout out to Lupita. Fuck the mother motherfuckers, but shout out to Lupita. I love Lupita. I love her skin tone. I love everything about her. Beautiful soul. She was out there slaying shit at the Oscars. So shout out to her. Yeah, so that's about all of the news I'm going to give y'all. I'm not finna get into all of this gossip of the news, but definitely make sure that y'all checking out some type of media and news coverage of the day to try to stay current. And I'll do what I can to give y'all more news, just not today. That's not what I'm here for today. Today I want to talk about college and the importance and the non-importance, all of that good shit. So basically, let me just get right on into it. Now, when I was younger, y'all, I dropped out of school. I was a bad seed, okay? I dropped out of school probably, truthfully, I think I dropped out of school probably about 16 years old. But before dropping out of school, I went to alternative school. So I went to alternative school from the time I was 14 years old until 16 years old because I dropped out. And it wasn't because I was dumb. I was actually very intelligent. I always had I was always blessed academically. I never had a problem with like understanding stuff that was going on in school. Probably math. I was horrible at math, still am. So, but I just was a troubled teen. I was bad. I was always fighting. I just didn't love myself and all of that good old shit. So, by the time I turned 16, I had already had 2 jobs. I started working when I was 14 years old. I was working at a child care place. I was working at the after school program. Y'all remember that shit, that you used to go to after school. You stay there and you do the little activities while your mama finished working and shit. Then she come pick you up. Well, I used to work there. So at 14 years old, I started working there. 15 years old, I started working at McDonald's. Then they had made me quit because I was too young. You had to be 16. So when they found out I was 15, they let me go, let me come back when I turned 16. So when I started turning 16, I just started really working. I always been one of them people trying to get some money. I used to hustle a little bit, like as far as sell weed, do homies' hair, braid the hair, clean up. I was always around all of the thugs and the criminals. That's me. You feel me? So, but I was never like no, I just always wanted some money, just pretty much. But I didn't mind working, so I was a worker. I wasn't really no street hustler like a lot of people say they was. I just dabbled here and there. I was just trying to get some money, by any means. Whether it meant braiding hair, cleaning up people's houses, etc. So by that time I started heavily, focusing on the dollar. I said, fuck school. I'm like, man, I didn't like how I was getting treated at school anyway. I was always getting kicked out of class. I was always being told that I had a smart mouth. I was always like looked at differently, even when I was or wasn't being a troubled child. I was always called a troubled child. So, that just ultimately caused me to just say, fuck school, keep on working, do what you got to do. So I was 18 years old, y'all. By the time I'm 18, I'm working. I got my own crib, got my own car. I'm just independent, thinking I'm the shit out here. So I really didn't see no need to go back to school. And then I'll never forget it. It was a nurse. A nurse has told me, like, Jalissa, what are you going to do about money? You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to go back to school. I said, girl, I ain't got to go back to no school. I got money out here. Now, mind you, y'all, I'm only making like $10 an hour, which no shade to anybody make $10 an hour. But you can't live comfortably for a long time with $10 an hour. 18 years old, yeah, you cool. But like, you start getting families, you start, wanting to do things differently in your life. You need some money. So I always looked up to this nurse, and she just really inspired me, to take my ass and go get my GED. So when I turned 19 years old, I said a prayer. I'll never forget it, y'all. I prayed to God. I was like God, if I pass this GED test, if you will allow me to pass this test, I'll enroll into college. And I passed. I never studied for the test. I never did anything. I took the GED test. That one time, I passed it. So I was like, all right, fine. Say I'm gonna go to college. Now, when I went to school, I didn't know much at all about going to college. And see, this is something that I want our black communities to start having conversations with these kids a little bit more. When you tell your kids to go to school, don't just tell your kids, go to college. Or if you telling your teachers even, it's always people telling us children to go to school. But they never really give us any inspiration of why we should go to school. I think that we should start also telling people, putting into their minds, what do they envision for themselves? Help them find a vision, or help them find what they're passionate about, and teach them how to monetize off of it. And so, anyways, long story short, y'all know I get off topic easily. I end up going to Brown Mackie. Now, no shade to anybody who went to Brown Mackie. No shade at all. But Brown Mackey just a piece of shit. And I'm just gonna say that and throw that out there. I know they ain't around anymore, but fuck Brown Mackey, okay? So I goes to Brown Mackey, and no lie, in the beginning I liked the environment. I learned a few little things or whatever, but the shit was so expensive, y'all. So I end up like getting having some financial aid problems because I was still labeled as a dependent student. So I still, even though I wasn't living at home with my mother or father or anything, I still had to use their information to go to school, and I really did not understand that. So this is why it is important, y'all. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing right now because I want to include a clip that's gonna kind of explain the process of financial aid, because this is very, very important when you deciding to go to school, because this is the mistake that I made in doing financial aid because I didn't understand it. So I'm gonna stop this story for a minute just so I can put a clip in about financial aid.
185 billion financial aid dollars are available to college students. These billions come from three main sources: government funds, colleges and universities, private sources. There are three main types of financial aid: scholarships and grants, loans, work-study awards. The most coveted are scholarships and grants. These are considered free gifts because you don't have to work for them or pay them back. Federal and state government grant awards are based on financial need. Some colleges offer scholarships based on academic or athletic achievements. There are also thousands of scholarships available from private sources, each with varying criteria and requirements. Take the time to research what scholarships are available that match your talents, accomplishments, or interests. Loans are money you borrow and promise in writing to pay back with interest. The federal government offers different types of low-interest loans to students with financial need. The downside of loans, low interest or not, is that you graduate with debt. Work Study is a federal program that offers students campus-based part-time work. Students receive a paycheck and can use it toward tuition, room and board, books, and/or general living expenses. The first step to qualify for government aid is to fill out the free application for student financial aid. It serves as your primary document for obtaining need-based aid. Private scholarship sources usually have their own specific application requirements and may range from writing a simple essay to demonstrating how you've made an impact in your community. Don't leave financial aid dollars on the table. Make sure you know what types of aid you qualify for and go for it.
Yeah, so I know that clip was a little bit generic, but when I tell y'all I didn't know nothing at all about financial aid, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the basics of it. I had to had somebody like just kind of help me fill that application out when I did it. So when I just let them, fill out the aid and the application. I never really tried to pay attention to the grants I received or anything. So it wasn't until basically I went to that school for a few months. It wasn't working out. It was too expensive. And they were starting to try to get me to pay out of pocket to go to school. So I was like, man, hell no. Like, I be seeing all these people that ain't paying to go to school. I'm going to a different school. So I moved. From Elkhart, Indiana, and I'm moving to Gary, Indiana. So I started going to University of Phoenix. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know what everybody else had to say about University of Phoenix. I absolutely love going to school at University of Phoenix. I went to the actual campus though. I didn't do the online stuff. And then when I went to that school, I did really well. I had good grades. I liked doing those group assignments. I liked everything about going to the University of Phoenix because it really did help me to it worked out for me because I was able to still work 2 and 3 jobs and still go to school and keep a decent GPA. So when I initially started going there for the first 2 years, it was cool. But because I started having personal problems in my life, I started neglecting going to school because I had to switch from the campus to online, and then online was hard as hell. So I went from doing a classroom setting to an online setting, and I couldn't do it. And all I had was like maybe 15 or 18 months left or something like that to complete the program. So my stepdad died. I just had like a lot of stuff going on, and I couldn't really focus on school. So ultimately I just stopped. I took a break. So when I came back from that break and I was living somewhere else, I'm like, well, I can't continue to do this online. And I'm not even going to lie to you. What I was going to school for, I didn't even want to go to school for. It's just that was what was available to me at that campus. I went to school to become a healthcare administrator. So, okay, that was because I've been a CNA at that point for like 11 or 12 years. I have been a CNA. Well, no, I've been a CNA now for like probably 11 to 12 years. I've been doing healthcare work. Now, at that point, though, since I was already in that field, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go to school for this because I already been in this field for so long, and I could just open my own nursing home, and I can do this and I can do that. And yes, of course, for a while, that's what I wanted to do because that's what my mind was used to. That was the only thing at that point, career-wise, that I ever really focused in. Like, yeah, I had the little job at the after school program. I had the fast food jobs at McDonald's and Wendy's and all of that stuff. And I mainly, worked in the nursing field, helping people. So of course, usually when people get into this field, you stay in it because number one, people try to keep you in it. Number two, it's more convenient for you to stay in it because of your schedule, and it allows you to live your life the way you want to live it. Based on the schedule, because a lot of different type of jobs, you don't have as much flexibility as you do working in the healthcare field. So I was going to school to become a healthcare administrator. So that's what I did. Now, after moving, I moved back to Elkhart, Indiana. From that, I moved to Elkhart. And I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to go to school for this. So, but I had already had like 68 credits in that school at that time, like 68 credits or 72 credits, somewhere around there. I had at the University of Phoenix. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just take them credits and go to a different school. So I ended up going to Indiana Tech. Now, when I get to Indiana Tech, they put me in a business. They didn't have the healthcare administration, so they put me in business administration. And so, like I said, a lot of us, we go to school because people tell you go to school. Like, yeah, you need to go to school. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing in life if you don't have your degree. Whoopty this, whoopty that. So all of these people tell you go to school. So guess what you do? You go to school because you think you're doing something that's right. However, if you don't know what you want to go to school for, if you don't know what it is you're passionate about, why go to school, waste your time, waste your money, waste your energy? Because you know what? You're going to go to school, you're going to get that degree, then you're going to go right back because that's not what you wanted to do. So my advice to anybody who wants to go to school, make sure you're trying to do something that you want to do, that you're passionate about, that you could see yourself doing for the next few years. Because if not, you will be like me, just jumping from school to school to school and have all of the student debt. Well, anyways, when I get to Indiana Tech, I go to Indiana Tech. I take my credits with me. Now they just switched me to business management. I went to school for a while. I did fairly well, And I let my personal experiences take me away from school, which I can't tell you all of the shit that I went through because I'm saving that for my book. So y'all make sure y'all start tuning in for that. It's going to be some juicy shit in that motherfucker. But yeah, anyways. So I get to that point, where I switch and start going to school, there. I got all of these credits. And then I stopped again because of my personal problems that I was having. I stopped going to school. And I just said, I got to a point where I was just like, fuck school, I started getting closer to God, and I just said, forget school, Now, here it is. I just recently, probably a few months ago, I realized I had all of these credits. So I ended up calling the school, trying to turn my all of my credits into some sort of degree, like so I could just be done with it, And so that's what I did, And they like, well, all you need is like 3 more classes. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I had to do the classes online. The first 2 classes I did very well in. And then, of course, life hits me again. So I failed 2 of my classes, and it brought my GPA down to like less than a 2.0. Like, because I never really, when I was going to Indiana Tech, I never really applied myself at that school. I just was like, as long as I got a C or a D and I passed, I don't care, you know. So I didn't really understand the importance of having your GPA at a certain level. I didn't care, you know. I didn't care. I was just like, shit, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to do what I got to do to go to school and just finish this shit. So I ended up, they terminated me from school. They kicked me out. Now I'm supposed to graduate May 12th. They kicks me out of school, right? They kicks me out. So I'm like, fuck, you know, like, so I'm stressing out. So guess what? I keep on like trying to finish it. So I end up finding out that, and I'm only putting this out there, y'all. I know they like, damn, this bitch telling all her personal business. No, I'm telling y'all this to help y'all, letting y'all know all of the hurdles, because there are things that you can do. If you recently lost your financial aid, or if you was kicked out of school and you're doing these appeals and you can't get into these appeal programs, they have a program out, y'all, where you can pay for these classes, take the classes online, and it will help you to take out a, let me pull it up actually. Hold on a second. So I don't know if every school has it, but I'm finna double check for y'all. But like, so my school, when they kicked me out of school and they took my financial aid from me, they were trying to make me pay out of pocket to finish my degree. Now, mind you, all I had left to finish my degree program, y'all, all I had left is like 2 or 3 classes. So because I lost my financial aid and I appealed it, to get it back, I explained to them what's going on. I had an appeal once before since I left the first time and tried to come back. And they was like, we're not going to approve this appeal for the second time. So you're going to have to pay out of pocket. I'm like, what? So, man, like for the last 3 months, like I say since, for the last 2 months. So December 16th, I've been fighting, trying to get back in school, since December 16th. Now, after doing some research and steadily reaching out to them, sending emails, calling the school board, all of this stuff, come to find out they have a program where you can actually pay for those classes at a cheaper discounted rate. It's like an equivalency class. It's called Straighter Line. And with Straighter Line, you pay $59 a class, and then you pay $100 a month for the membership so that you can complete those classes, pay for them out of pocket, and then they'll apply towards your degree program. Now, if I would have never have went through these hardships and like been really consistent in communicating with these people and been really consistent with doing my research, I would have never found this out. So the point of me telling y'all is this: if you are going through something at school and you having some financial issues, make sure that you are doing your research and understanding exactly what is going on when you trying to complete your program. Also, try to understand the payment plans that you have to do, because with financial aid, like the woman said in the clip that I played, you have the grants and then you have the loans. Well, the loans you have to pay back, and you have interest on those loans. So do what you can first. If you can, try to get scholarships, apply for all of these different grants. And then there's also different grant programs. I think my best friend had told me it's this other place. I think it's called Scholar. Let me look it up. Hold on. Y'all know I do this bad. Let me look. Hold on a second. Yes, and it's called Scholar Track. Now, this is for the state of Indiana. Scholar Track is. And you can set up an account with them, and what they'll do after you set up the account, they will look and apply for any grants that could apply to you specifically. So try your hardest when you go into college to get those grants, because those grants you don't have to pay back. And it's just a struggle. It's just such a struggle, because you think that you're doing the right thing by going to college, but it's a lot associated with going to college. And then even after you complete college, you have to also have in mind what it is that you want to do with that degree. So don't just think that all of your problems, y'all, will be solved the moment that you enroll into college, you start getting a degree. You got to also have an idea of what it is that you want to do with that degree. You have to always keep in mind that you have to constantly keep on planning, and you have to also remember that it costs. It is expensive. It can become expensive because if you go to school, you get all of these grants and you keep jumping from school to school like I did, you have to pay all of that money back. And then if you go to college and then you don't complete, you don't even have a degree, but now you got all of these student loans. So I'm now going to play another clip about just giving you some more information about financial aid. So y'all just stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
College tuition has seen 5.15% annual price inflation over the past 5 years. This is despite the fact that U.S. real estate prices are down 26% from their peak in July of 2006, and the Dow Jones is down 18% from its peak in October of 2007. Even oil is down 38% from its peak in July of 2008. During the financial crisis of 2008, Americans lost $10.2 trillion in paper wealth. And college is the only thing in America, besides the cost of health care, that did not at least temporarily decline in price.
Inflation has made it impossible. Again, when I was a kid, it wasn't, you never heard parents saying, we're planning and putting money away for your education because it's going to cost us $100,000 and we have to keep putting that money away so that when you graduate, not only will you not pay us back, you're not even going to get a job.
Over just a 2-year period from December of 2007 through December of 2009, 8,363,000 jobs in America were lost, or 6.1% of total jobs. 1 year later, in December of 2010, thanks to the Federal Reserve and the U.S. government spending $4.6 trillion on bailouts, stimulus programs, and other government spending, 1.124 million jobs in America, or 0.9% of total jobs, had been recovered. That is over $4 million spent for each job created.
As we move deeper into this great recession that we believe, as inflation continues to skyrocket, the reality of a Great Depression will come in because people will realize that all that worthless money you have can't buy you much of anything. You're going to see more and more people, as they're already doing it, believing that by going to college, that's going to be their passport to the future. It's not what it used to be. A degree, a college degree, a BS, what does that buy you? And I love the mentality. The mentality is this, that corporations and businesses won't hire a person unless they get a degree. Not me. I don't care if you have a degree. It makes absolutely no difference. I want you to have a mind, be able to think for yourself and think on your feet, be energetic and love what you're doing and have a passion in so many different other ways. Not to be able to just regurgitate what you're being told. And that's all it's come to. It's regurgitation.
Yes, you guys, that clip, I know it was a little bit extreme, but it actually was it came from a documentary called The Conspiracy of College, and it's on YouTube. You can actually watch it. It had a lot of informative information on there. And whereas I'm not totally opposed to college because, like I said, it is beneficial to go to college if you know what it is that you want to do and you have a goal in mind as to what you want to do regarding your business, what you want to do regarding your career, etc. But I don't think that people should just push the opportunity to go to college on people without really trying to motivate them into trying to find their passion and figure out what it is that they want to do in life. And I feel like that's just the speech and conversation that we have more of, as far as go to college, you need to do this, you need to go to college, you need to save some money, you need to do this. And people tell you these things, but you be like, you like, okay, I need to save money. Save money for what? Save it for a rainy day. What the fuck does that even mean? Save money for a rainy day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think, like, in our communities, the Black community especially, we need to start retraining ourselves with these conversations that we having with our kids and with our nieces and nephews and grandchildren. Don't just teach your kids to go to college. Teach them also how going to college can help you become an entrepreneur. Teach them also that if you want to work for people, it will be your choice. It's just like we always teaching us how to be better civilians and be better in society, when we need to really I misquoted that. We teaching us how to fit into society and fit into other people's dreams, when some of us can create our own that can ultimately help our communities. So that's just one of the things, and I want to also offer a couple of more tips when trying to make a decision to go to school. So step number one, do your research on the college that you want to go to. Make sure you understand exactly who you need to go to. If you're having some financial problems, some academic problems, just ask more questions before just enrolling into the college about what the campus actually will do for the students, because that was one of the things I wish I would have done initially before just jumping into college. I wish I would have really dug in and done my research on the actual schools that I enrolled into. The second thing you should do when you're trying to look for a school to go to, see how well, check and see how well they support their students, not just what it is that they do or, doing your research. Make sure that you can rely on them as far as support goes into making you a successful student. So look and see what their graduation rates are for the people who attend that school. See if it's even worth going to that college, because sometimes, if you would have did that additional research to see what their failure rate is for people who attend that school, you wouldn't even waste your time trying to go there. Another thing you could do when you're trying to make a decision to go back to college or go to college for the first time, make sure that those credits that you get from that college, that they could transfer over to other schools if you decide that you want to make a conscious effort to go to a different school. So it's just a lot more into just enrolling into college, thinking you're going to get a little student loan money, nah, because you got to pay all that shit back. So definitely have a goal in mind, and then figure out, even before you start going to college, try to figure out what it is you want to do after you finish and complete college, because it's so many people that I even know, like plenty of people, when they finish college, they be like, man, I really wish I would have did this and this and that. I really wish I would have did this and this and that. Now I'm going to college. I went to college and I really don't know what I want to do with my degree. And so they end up going back to college and having $100,000 worth of student loan grants, because I'm right behind them in that aspect. I probably got about $40,000 in student loans, So you get all these student loans you have to pay back, and then you don't even know what you need to do, that you want to do with your degree. So just try to have some structure, put all of those things into perspective as you start deciding to take a step into going into college. So yeah, I'm going to include one final clip I'm going to include to kind of help you guys regarding going to college. So y'all just stay tuned for that.
Tough decision, and either way, it can change the course of your life forever. No pressure though. No, seriously, we got you. Let's go over some of the pros and cons of higher education, and you can decide on your own whether it's right for you. Major pro right off the bat: college grads with bachelor's degrees earn on average of $30,000 more per year than high school graduates. This can add up to around $500,000 more per lifetime. Think of all the pizzas you can buy with that money. Major con right off the bat: the downside to this is that while many students do become successful, college is still very expensive. Massive student loan debt often results in students moving back in with their parents and working multiple jobs. Over 25% of college students decide to not even return for a second year, so you'll have to decide whether it's worth your time and money, and how exactly can you pay it off. Pro: college does provide nifty things such as job fairs, career services, internships, and volunteer opportunities. Nearly 80% of college students complete internships during school, which always comes in handy when applying applying for jobs after graduation. Also, depending on your school, you'll have access to some brilliant professors that you might not have ever gotten to meet otherwise. These connections, whether short-term or long-term, are very beneficial. As for the con, the total cost of going to college also includes the cost of missing opportunities. Climbing the ladder, working your way up, and making connections is a route that many people choose to take. Pro, college does help students explore new options. Many people do not declare a major when they sign up for classes, so college is a great way for the students to test the waters and figure out their passion. My passion is educating you guys. Con, sadly though, recent college graduates are actually under or unemployed. Over 16% of recent graduates are either jobless, searching, part-time, or have completely given up. Pro, while work might seem hard to find, college graduates do have a higher chance of employment opportunities. Many jobs require a degree of some level to actually apply. Based on Georgetown University's economy and job projections, around 63% of jobs will require some level of college education or a degree. Who knows what the percentage would be in a couple of years, but it really does help to have that fancy piece of paper. Sort of con, interestingly enough, over 44% of recent college graduates with a bachelor's degree or higher are working jobs that don't even require a degree. I've been thinking, should I go to the University of Good Looks? I'm just kidding, I have my master's from there. Let us know your thoughts. How do you feel about college? Is it a waste of time, or is it necessary to go somewhere? And tell us, what do you want to do in life? Make sure you come back every Monday for a brand new video. And if you want even more Life Noggin, check out these other episodes and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. All links are below. I'm Blocko, this has been Life Noggin. Don't forget to keep...
Mom recognized that I was a merchant, an entrepreneur, a promoter.
So did school fail you or you failed school?
School failed me. School's failing entrepreneurs every single day.
Because?
Because it's not built for entrepreneurship. It's built for workers. You know, if you're being taught to play within the lines, there's nothing being taught that maps to the entrepreneurial market. As a matter of fact, my biggest cynicism when I sit across an entrepreneur today is if they are too successful at school. I probably look at Ivy League grads starting startups right now with more of a negative light than I do somebody who wasn't as good. Because what I've learned over the last 5 to 7 years, and by the way, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've taken a step back on this because there's too many entrepreneurial friends who've gone to great schools that have been successful. So this is not a blanket statement, but I will tell you that in a world of private schools, in a world of mommy and daddy having a lot of connections, that when you go from 12, 15, 18 years of that ecosystem and you go into a market and you create an app, the market doesn't give a crap who your dad is. The market responds to your product, and a lot of these kids have not been able to take the punch in the mouth that comes along with entrepreneurship. Start with this. I fully, 100,000% with no hedge, do not believe that you can teach entrepreneurship, right? So that's awkward. You know, it's crazy for me that that word is now considered like cool and good. I think of entrepreneurship in a very rugged, very raw, much dirtier way. 20 years ago, entrepreneur meant that you were a fucking loser that was figuring it out. Watching what's happening to the world right now, where this has become a hot topic, is interesting to me, and like I'm super pumped. I grew up a DNF student, and the reason I grew up a DNF student was I was unable to sit in a room like this and listen to whoever was sitting up here because all I wanted to do was sell shit. I've had no other gear. Somewhere around 4th grade when I got an F on a science test, I literally like that day was like, yeah, that makes sense to me because I don't give a fuck about Saturn. That's not who I am. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks.
Man seems to claim himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that is happy to work while all others are out partying. An entrepreneur's drug is success. He is addicted to success. And finally, the entrepreneur knows one simple fact. I will make it, maybe not immediately, but absolutely and definitely.
You have to hustle. You have to think outside of the box to make things happen when it seems impossibly difficult for anything to happen. To continue to get up off of the canvas when you are beaten down relentlessly.
Win or learn. I never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, possibly, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night. I am the captain of my fate, the master of my soul, the boss of my dreams, the king of my goals.
You have to be a leader, to be unique, to be hungry always, and never satisfied. Proud, but never satisfied. To be followed by the competition, to take criticism and negativity and use it to build your greatness, to survive the storms and the tough moments, to be humble in the good times. It is sacrificing your today for a better tomorrow. It is living a few years of your life like others won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like others can.
Yes, you guys, there was another clip, and that clip was just giving you guys the pros and cons about going to college. I know I said that that was gonna be my last clip, but I got one more clip, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode because I got other shit to do today. You feel me? Because you know I got to get my coin, baby. I got to do what I got to do to get this money. You shit. But yeah, I got one more clip I'm gonna include, and this clip is gonna be more on what college means for those who are pursuing to be entrepreneurs. So I felt like it was important to include that too. So yeah, no matter what you decide to do in your life, it's your choice, it's your decision. But hopefully this this episode will inspire you to do more research before just making big drastic decisions in your life. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip right now.
Yeah. Hey, come on. You ain't ready for the comeback. Black magic to the dirt. I'ma hit it where it hurt. Black magic to the dirt. I'ma hit it where it hurt. Been a minute since I've been up in the spotlight, but I bet that I can still move the crowd. True definition of an MC. If you don't agree, then you need to move around. They be like, Black, you gotta give the people what they want. I be like, man, that's garbage. What you need to do is stay true to yourself. If you don't, then they gon' rock with you regardless. I'm a little old for the Millie Rock, but I guarantee my popularity will still increase. If you want sauce, then you need to take a trip to the city. Go to Hell's Chicken, pick up a 6-piece. Everybody anticipating on the return to Black. Once a minute, ain't no turning back. Nothing but burn the tracks and turn the stacks to a meal ticket. Ain't no way you finna deal with it. Ain't no such thing as a new me. Ain't another man that can do me. Forever I'ma represent 2-3. Thinking I'ma fall, you a goofy. Ain't no such thing as a new me. Ain't another man that can do me. Forever I'ma represent 2-3. Thinking I'ma fall, you a goofy. Get ready for the comeback. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. Get ready for the comeback. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. When you see me, better run that. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. When you see me, better run that. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. Yeah. Everybody thought that I was done, hoping I had nothing left to show. I was forced to take a crucial break to make sure that my ducks was in a row. You would never make it in this game unless your normal life is good to go. Now I'm back on the scene and the crowd loves it. Give me the rock cause I'm about to blow. Indiana wasn't ready when I came with the 45. They was hoping that I stayed away. I'm a veteran now, so instead of taking it straight to the hoop, hit them with a fade away. So many similar traits between Magic and Mike. We got the determination to be the best. When we in the zone, we don't never see the rest. I'm a born when there ain't no way that I can second guess. It don't matter what you say. Every time I pick up a mic, they give me the respect of a sensei. I'm a trendsetter. Only a matter of time for somebody rip me like Kobe did MJ. You be thinking that it's all a game, telling yourself that we all the same until you see that you're not on my level when they forget to call your name at the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Ain't no such thing as a new me. Ain't another man that can do me. Forever I'ma represent 2-3. Thinking I'ma fall, you a goofy. Ain't no such thing as a new me. Ain't another man that can do me. Forever I'ma represent 2-3. Thinking I'ma fall, you a goofy. Get ready for the comeback. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. Get ready for the comeback. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. When you see me, better run that. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. When you see me, better run that. Jordan 45, Jordan 45. Ain't no such thing as a new man. Forever I'ma represent 2-3. Thinking I'ma far, you a goofy. Get ready for the comeback.